I was invited to the MrBeast 1000 player civilization event, but not everything was quite as it seemed in the video. So some stuff you should know about the server is this is the map. There are 7 biomes and each team has their own biome. For the first 24 hours it's a building phase and you're split into builders and miners. Builders build and mine above 1 Y level and miners are below it. Then the PvP phase starts and then you're trying to kill the other team's slimes, which are in the center of their biome. And if you kill their slime, that team becomes part of your team. For the first 24 hours you'll respawn, but then it becomes hardcore. It took place on the 16th and 17th of February, but the test started on the 20th of January, like a month before that. The video came out on June 7th, which is like 4 months later, and the server was sharded, so quite a few things are broken. And then to fix that, quite a few things got disabled so that it wasn't as buggy.
We had the slime drowning in water when we can't even see water.
Yeah, in conclusion, that's why fluids are off. Projectiles are disabled due to the fact that they just don't sync across the servers. Yeah, the only thing that syncs across the servers are players. That's all.
We need to use the lava bugs when we kill somebody to destroy their items, because it doesn't show on our server, but it does show on theirs.
When I first joined the server, I got some basic iron and stone gear, and I was a builder, even though you're supposed to be a miner by default. So I just basically started building. We had this item, all the builders, where we could access items that the miners deposited. So that's where I got all my resources. And then basically I just built this platform thing, which took me like an hour and a half. And then after that, I built another platform thing under the platform thing, which probably took me like 45 minutes or something. I don't know why I built them. I just kind of like built them because I felt like building something. Hopefully they help someone, I don't even know. While I was doing that, I was also gearing up sometimes, and our team had some insane strats for gearing up, so let me tell you about that. Some of our insane strats were to save the coords of every diamond we found during the tests, and then since the map doesn't change between rounds, it just gets set back to the default, we could go straight to them as soon as the actual event started. But to make it more efficient, we tasked only a select few to mine them, only after they got a Fortune 3 pick. In total we had around 120 different diamond coords saved, but we didn't just stop there. A person by the name of Marco Gasta, I think it's pronounced, also calculated the time in order to obtain each diamond and put them in order to make things go even faster. Like, look at this. But our insane strats don't stop there. If you saw the map at the beginning of the video, you might have noticed that we have a village in our biome, so we can get villagers and easy gear and stuff. That is the way it was during the first few tests, but by the time of the actual event they changed it so that no villagers spawned. And I mean, fair enough, we were the only biome with a village, so that would make a huge gap between us and the other team's gear. So you're probably thinking, well, you can just cure zombie villagers, easy. But well, not quite. In order to cure zombie villagers you need potions, and in this event the nether is disabled, so we can't get blaze rods, but we didn't let that stop us. There is a little known mechanic where if a witch is attacking you from 3 or less blocks away, it has a 25% chance of throwing a weakness potion at you. Now all you have to do is get a zombie villager close enough to you when the witch throws it. Then it's just easy. Give it a golden apple and wait for it to be cured. Repeat and then use those villagers to make a villager breeder and you have unlimited villagers. Then you can also cure some of the bred villagers to get cheap trades, which is exactly what we did. This was still pretty OP as it gave most of our team full diamond gear. But I mean, everyone has equal ability to do this. Maybe more so than you would think. I can't be 100% sure about this, but some people said that one of MrBeast's mods, Brams, leaked our villager strategy.
To cure zombies and using a witch.
Because Brams, I'm pretty sure, leaked our plans.
Yeah, Brams leaked our plans, because I was the first one to think.
Well, I'm pretty sure that every team has thought of zombie villagers. I don't think that's...
Well, I don't know. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah, what it won though.
Whether or not this is true, or they thought of it beforehand, or even used it after finding out, I have no clue. Also, shortly after the teams were made, I think every team immediately made a private Discord server, and some teams like ourselves made 100% sure that no outsiders got in. Other teams didn't do so well. From the information we received from our spies who photoshopped their way into the other team's Discords, I'm not too sure they were very organized. I mean, compared to us who had like 3 different detailed documents of our plans. Also, I'm not even sure the other teams made much use of the fact that they could save diamond coords. Along with these useful strats, we did various things to increase our morale, such as making a pretty cool logo, and this one guy, Thunder the Boy, made a team uniform and got people to send him their skins, and then he would put it onto this one. But now, let's get back to what actually happened in the event. So after I got all my gear, I ended up having Prot 4 on all my armor minus a helmet because you couldn't wear one because of this glass thing stuck to our heads. Also, I had Frostwalker 2 on my boots so I could cross the ocean easy. And I had Sharp 5 and Knockback 2 for my sword. Oh yeah, also I made a trap. It was pretty cool. Basically, we had a main ladder in our base that took us to the walkways on the wall. So I figured people who are attacking would naturally want the high ground, and so they would go up the ladder because it's easy. So I made all the blocks behind the ladder gravel because it's not very noticeable. Basically, the way it works is a dropper drops an item, the item presses a pressure plate, the pressure plate breaks the gravel breaks the ladder, and the people on the ladder die. So as you saw, I tested it, and so nothing should go wrong, right? Anyway, we also discovered a few bugs.
Yo, magic.
Yo.
Can you break places for some reason? I can't break it.
Oh yeah. They fixed it? Oh, I can't break it either.
I can't break it either.
Also, no one can.
They fixed it.
Wait, you can't break that block?
Look, at the time that I placed it,
Yo, that's OP. We gotta use that, dude.
You make me a blast furnace.
Barrier block. Just make that.
Have any
Because they're gonna patch it, so there's no reason to do that.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to.
Anyway, Magic snitched, but I mean, the devs would have figured it out anyway. Also, I should mention that Magic is our team's captain. But now, we're finally at the most exciting part of the whole event, the PvP phase. Or should I say, everyone else was. The event was supposed to take place at 2 PM EST, which is 1 PM for me. And I have to be at school then, because it was a Thursday. But, you know, delays happen. And with as big of an event as this was, there was definitely going to be some delays. And there were. It looks like it was delayed almost 2 hours. So that made it 3 o'clock for me. And that's around when school ends. But I was busy for like 2 hours after that until like 5. So yeah, I completely missed all the exciting stuff. But this Leox guy is amazing and uploaded his POV of the last 3 hours to a Google Drive for everyone on planes to use. So let me show you what I missed.
Are we being attacked?
Yes, we're being attacked.
They're in. Back right to the slime.
Wow, jungle hates us. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jungle are retreating. We push jungle back.
They're falling back.
So before what you just saw, basically they walked around the slime in circles waiting for people to attack because they were on defense. And during that, it seemed like the jungle was repeatedly attacking us, which isn't really that surprising because we were somewhat of rivals because we both had good biomes with trees and good mobility, and we were right next to each other. Also, they might have thought we still had villagers like we did in the tests. I'm not really sure how it happened, but one of the times jungle attacked us, they made it through our defense team that are outside the slime area and made us the first team to take damage. Also, slightly after the PvP started, all of these mysterious holes appeared around our slime, and the biggest of which was directly below it. This was quite strange because nobody can place or break blocks near another team's slime.
Guys, watch out. There's a hole right next to the slime that like drops all the way down.
The gravel moves.
People north
block watch out.
They're like blocking the below our slime.
Jungle's closing in, guys.
They're coming back in.
Here we go, guys.
They're running back.
Northeast and southeast.
Yeah, northeast and
Keep an eye out on the other.
The leader's coming in. Outside.
Magic, since you can respawn, I think you should.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to sneak into their base now.
If they have, guys, they're coming from every side. Make sure you spread out. They're coming from every side.
The desert's coming for us, man.
Oh man, this is rough.
Why is desert coming?
It's gonna be great.
Someone's below our slime, guys.
Oh, is there? Are there?
Yeah.
You can't break blocks,
right there, but they can't get up.
Yeah, if you will be trapped there. Yeah, there's a jungle guy trapped.
They broke? No, he's like walking inside the blocks. There's ghost blocks below.
So let's do a quick 10-second analysis of the situation and see if this will end well. An exploit of 100% server-based origins as it appears, a potential in theory to win money, a random child on the internet, the ability to be in a MrBeast video, no possible negative repercussions, a lack of moderation, no communication between participants and moderators. I'm sure it will. Why don't we see?
Wait, they don't?
Oh,
Damage. What?
Who's here?
No.
He's glitched. We can't kill him.
We can't hit him. What the hell?
I can't hit the guy.
He's inside the block.
Is there anything that we could do like lava?
I just added Brams.
Is no one gonna rest in?
That's just game. We can't stop it.
Don't put him. We can't stop him.
Really? No. God.
This is the biggest scam.
That's game.
Why?
Well,
That's a social
goddamn scale.
We take him out.
Oh, wait.
No. Protect it.
You've gotta be kidding me.
Wait, is no one gonna notice this?
Pretty much, yeah. No one's noticing.
They try to sit in the way of it. Try to sit in the way of it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, sit in the way. Sit in the way. Sit in the way.
Oh, he's up. He's up. Get him. Get him. Yeah, I'm beating him. He's walking through walls.
Not again.
He's
just walking through all these walls.
Look at him.
Where's he?
Can you see him?
Dude, that is actually. Oh man, I don't know how I feel about that.
I
recorded that. I'm gonna send that to Pluto. Dude is genuinely just walking through all these walls.
Bro, another jungle hiding. Jungle hiding.
Losing to bleach.
Well, it doesn't matter. They just have to come in and tap or spawn down when we lose. That's really not fun. There he comes again, round 2.
Very discouraging.
Stop him. Get in his way.
I'm trying. Oh, he knocked me down. I'm done. There's no way I can get back up there.
Check the slime.
Like, we can't do anything about this either.
I'm pretty sure he's all the way at the bottom.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he goes all the way back up. Like, I can't stop him.
Yeah.
MrBeast, we need MrBeast.
Someone get MrBeast if we can.
Okay, someone get MrBeast
we're
in here so we can
Hey,
Move into my block. I'm trying to get up.
Jungle northeast.
Are they not gonna give our slime HP back? The dude was literally cheating.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh, we're screwed, dude. We're screwed.
It's over. We've lost because of the one person.
I
We've
really
got
should have made
like
a
5 of us
shovel.
stuck down here in this pit and I'm trying to
Hey,
dig it out.
Join.
Yeah, same. Oh, yellow is here too. Yellow is coming in.
Yeah, yellow's coming.
I told the admins they're probably doing something. I got no response.
Everyone needs to watch out for the slime.
We literally have like 1 hit and we're dead now. I think it does 3 damage per, so it's like 4 hits.
I'm trying to dig us out of this pit.
Oh my god!
Stand in the slime so they can't hit it. Stand like surrounding the slime, like Kingdom's Shield.
Don't let him get close.
Yeah, it's over.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
There.
All the captains died. It's so scuffed.
All the captains died?
We will fix.
It broke.
Our slime was falsely killed and all the captains died.
We
That was
just
a
literally
big...
spent a day of our lives doing it.
That's a L.
Can we request that they place like all the blocks in our little spawn area?
They gotta fix this. This is the worst.
I spent 3 hours mining deep slate.
I spent over 8 hours on this.
All of that effort for a hacker. Like, come on, bro.
Well, if we're on jungle, anyone want to join me and go like one of the other teams?
Alright, guys, I just want to say I'm proud of you guys. I think we did fantastic. So
The hacker killed
your
us.
heads up.
What happened, Magic?
It was
It wasn't magic. I'll send you the footage. A hacker killed us.
It wasn't hack. It was more so server issue.
The policy is like even with bugs and stuff, everything is fine. So
Dude was literally flying around.
Yeah, he was flying.
He was walking on gravel that we could not see. It was the same
Yeah,
thing.
he's walking on gravel we could not see, and he was inside gravel we could see.
Well, let's go save my armor. Okay, now we can't hit him. Guys, rally. Side raid on ocean.
Raid on ocean.
Someone knows what the prize.
There's no prize.
No prize for
Prize
contestants.
was 30k for the captain.
It is
5k for the best team. If I remember correctly, that was what I
For best
remembered.
base.
The prize is we wasted 20 hours of our life to get screwed over.
Well, I was fine with no money as long as like we had a fair game.
Yeah.
Or Valhalla. Alright, boys, let's do this.
And that is how it ended, at least for Plains team. The other members of Plains just dissolved into jungle as you're supposed to. Also, you might not have been able to tell exactly what was happening when our slime died, but basically after watching the footage a bunch, I think that those server issues I mentioned before caused even more issues. I think the desync or whatever that the server had when a player goes to another team's area made it so whenever a gravity block like gravel falls and becomes an entity and then goes back into block state, for people on other servers it disappears and they can walk through it because it isn't there for them. And for us they appear inside of that block. Now this shouldn't have been a problem by itself, but there's more. Now as I said, you can't place or break blocks near other teams' slimes, but this area doesn't extend all the way down, which makes sense because then it doesn't restrict players who are mining. But that brings us to another problem, which is that the gravel in our slime area extends down super far, going outside of the protected area, allowing players to break the gravel, which brings us to the next problem, the fact that there was gravel at all. From looking at the other team's slime areas, I'm 99% sure that they didn't have a similar setup with gravity blocks, although they did have a few gravity blocks just for decoration. Now obviously the same people who built them map didn't code the mods or plugins or whatever, but you would think at some point someone would notice. But that's all just a simple mistake. I mean, when it's all happening in front of you and you have the job of moderating, you'd think they would do something. Although, as Magic said,
The policy is like, even with bugs and stuff, everything's final, so...
You'd think that only applies after the fact and not while it's actually happening. So all you would have to do is place some stone if you reacted fast enough. But if you didn't, then all you'd have to do is reset the slime's health and place some stone. And from what you can see in the footage, they're capable of changing the slime's health even if it affects all of them when you do. Also, it might not have been obvious what was happening for the moderators, but there's literally easy access to finding both sides of the story or just watching the footage people sent you.
I recorded that. I'm gonna send that to Pluto.
Anyways, as you saw, they didn't resolve any of these issues, even though fixing simply one of these things would have worked. Also, what I said earlier might require some elaboration. So, as I said, the exploit seems to be server-based, because if not, it would be hacks and they would have to have done something. Also, the potential in theory to win money. At this point, they had said that all the money is going to the captains, but that they can choose to give it to members of their team. So everyone knew it wasn't guaranteed, but they'd want to carry their team, so their captain would give it to them. The no negative repercussions is because of that bugs policy. The lack of moderation and the no communication part is, well, just because of what I said earlier. Place some stone, reset the slime's health, finding both sides of the story. Now, if you've actually watched the video until now, you've probably seen MrBeast's video, and you're probably thinking, gee, I didn't see that in the video, and you're right. Let's do a quick comparison. Here's MrBeast's video, and here's what I just showed you.
Sit in the way, sit in the way, sit in the way.
I wonder where the game-breaking exploit went. Basically, if you scroll up in the MrBeast gaming test server, pretty much at the top you can see how they took some B-roll shots. Now, you aren't supposed to record during these, but someone did and uploaded the footage. Basically, they gave the team they wanted to win better gear than the other team, and then basically instruct them what to do. Now, the person who sent this was only in one of the retakes, so I don't know which shots were retakes, but just based on how much time seemed to be spent getting retakes, I think nearly all of the PvP footage was one. However, you can kind of tell in most cases, like here where Sipover has only an unenchanted diamond sword in his hotbar, and how he doesn't have the builder item that you can't remove, even though all captains have that item. Now, I don't really care that all this was fake.
They're all right here. You're about to run into all of them.
Okay, I kind of care. But anyway, ignoring the fact that the video is, well, somewhat untruthful, if we actually break down the video into what it is, I'm about to do a getting cancelled speedrun here. It's not really a civilization video.
What?
What I mean is, it's a MrBeast video. It's highly edited with a very high production value like every MrBeast video, but it's missing everything a civilization video should have. For example, if you're watching a Civ video, you aren't really watching it for the fancy editing. You're probably watching it for what makes a Civ video unique, like the strategies people come up with, power dynamics, and the social dilemmas, etc. You want to be able to think about what you would do in that situation, which you can't do very well in such an optimized video. Here's some random people I found who have a similar opinion. I mean, they got rid of all the unique parts of a Civ video in favor of optimizing it for view duration. I mean, if you don't believe me, here's a quick summary of all the strategy that was in the video.
We've been doing a lot of building, making sure that defenses are impenetrable. Inner walls, we have a giant moat sitting on the border waiting. Get some hits in. We are going to tag. We're defending this. Make sure to just hold the base. You guys are sandwiching them. 1, 2, 3, start taking down. Floors at the last second, stole ocean. Get back to the base now. Don't let him get on the trenches, guys. Yeah, he's hitting it. Stand on the slump. Get back. No way.
Saying they're attacking or they're defending is about it. Now, I know they could have made a better video. For example, if you watch the video mining 1 million blocks alone, it was still only 9 minutes long, but in my opinion, it was infinitely better. Honestly, it's more of a Civ video than this one because they actually talked to people in the event and showed the strategies and reasonings they had for the things they did. Now, this video isn't meant to spread hate. This was MrBeast's event and MrBeast's money. He can do whatever he wants. I mean, if you wanted to /kill everyone and keep the money, that would be fair, other than a sort of a social contract, but still. Also, it's kind of dumb that I'm even making this video because I wasn't even there for the main part of the event, and considering by the time I'm uploading this, MrBeast video came out like 8 or 9 months ago, so it's kind of irrelevant. I'm really only uploading this because of the sunk cost fallacy at this point. Yeah, anyway, for legal reasons, this was all a joke. Please don't sue me, MrBeast. Sub to my second channel if you want. Comment any questions you want me to answer and I'll answer them there. Sub to this channel if you want. Like the video if you like the video. Please don't cancel me and don't send any hate. Yeah, bye.
Don't forget the underscore, it's in his name. He needs to change it cause it sounds lame. He makes his videos in sweat and pain. That's what makes him very great. His gaming videos is a ticket to fame. Some might say that's kinda lame. His tutorials may not make